Hey guys, my name is Michelle. Welcome to my channel. So today's video is going to be me testing out a full face of drugstore products. So the look that you see here is what I came up with using those products. If you're interested to see what I used and what I thought of the products, let's just jump on in. Okay, just to clear the air in case anybody is wondering, and nobody probably is, but it makes me wonder, no, this is not a Chick-fil-A t-shirt. Let me just show you. This up here, I don't know, when I'm sitting like this, it makes me... Anyway, okay, moving on. I've been so excited to do this video just because I've got all of these drugstore products that have been kind of accumulating in a box now for at least a month, if not two. And I wanted to wait until I had enough products to do an entire face with, and I think I'm just about there. The only thing that I don't see in front of me is a mascara, a drugstore mascara. Now, not all of this stuff is brand new. Some of this stuff has been out for a while. It just hasn't made its way into my makeup drawer. So I want to give these things a try, and I want to see if I can create a decent look with drugstore makeup. Okay, so the first product that I picked up, I haven't really seen anybody talk about this. Maybe they have, but I haven't seen any videos with anybody like raving about it or reviewing it or anything like that. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Longwear Shaping Stick, and this is just a foundation stick. This one is in the shade Ivory 401. I don't know if it's any good. I didn't look at the ratings on this. I saw it at Walmart and I was like, I need you. Get in my basket. So we're going to use that today. Oh, I got to prime my face. I almost forgot. I did pick up the Pixi by Petra Poreless Face Primer when I was at Target on my last Target haul. And I have not used this yet, so I do want to prime my face with this before I get started. So the first product is going to be this Pixi Flawless and Poreless Primer. I'm hoping this is not like real greasy. This stuff comes out kind of chunky. Oh, I like how that's not real like silicone-y feeling. It feels more watery than anything. And my face has been itching like hell today, so I don't know if I put something on it that's making it itch. But you can see the situation right now is not great, okay? I'm hoping this foundation covers this stuff because right now it's a hot mess. Okay, so I'm going to apply this all over my face. Feels a little tacky. Am I flawless and poreless? Not exactly. But you know what? I'm not going to judge a book. Let's go ahead and throw some foundation on top of it and see how it applies. L'Oreal Infallible Foundation Stick. Let's slap some of this on and hope that it's the right color. My trusty Expert Face Brush by Real Techniques. This one so far is my favorite like cream foundation brush just because the head on this is so densely packed. It just, I don't know, it buffs foundation in very well without being streaky. And we're gonna, oh boy. Why do I feel like this is gonna be super sheer? I haven't found many stick foundations I actually like. They're normally way too oily on me and they don't last very long and the coverage is not great. So let's hope this one's better. I'm just gonna start buffing that in. That actually was not a bad color choice. It's not really covering up any redness or anything, and I've got quite a bit of mess going on right now on my face. It helped even it out a little bit. Let me see if I can build that up a little bit more. It already feels like really greasy on my face. Is it gonna let me build it up? Please? Maybe if I talk nice to it? Without looking like garbage? Maybe? Oh, that looks so heavy in those pores. It didn't really cover a whole lot and it's looking really heavy. Let me see if I can kind of fix that a little bit. All right, so I'm just taking that lightly damp beauty blender and I'm gonna go over my whole face, matter of fact. because it all looks pretty heavy. Now I can already tell you this is not a foundation that I'll probably wear again. Now if you have like flawless skin and younger skin, this might look really good on you. But for somebody with any kind of fine lines or pores or texture or discoloration, like, this isn't going to do much for you. I do have the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear, so that's a good little, you know, partner to the Infallible foundation. And then the other concealer that I have is the new e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. I'm going to try to use the L'Oreal one, just because I am wearing the L'Oreal Infallible foundation stick. This tone is just off though. It is very gray looking. I don't think I like that. My face is going to be a hot mess. But we're doing drugstore today, so we need to have a drugstore concealer. Do I have anything else? Well, okay. I'm going to attempt to use the Infallible one, even though I don't have a good feeling about it. This is Porcelain 320. Let's blend that out real quick. Oh boy. Yeah, that's pretty light. Pretty gray. There's still a little bit of something peeking through. I hope this is not a total fail. Like, I was hoping this video was going to turn out good. My nose looks so weird. You know how like a hot dog looks when it's cooked a little bit too long in the microwave and it gets all like wrinkly on the end? That's how my nose looks. It's not attractive. Let's not wear this one again. We'll see how everything else applies on top, but right now I'm not living for this. Well, we got to do something at least about that, because that's driving me crazy. Let's try blending that out and see what happens here. Let me spot conceal my hot dog real quick. Did you know that your pants make a good wash rag when you have stuff all over your hands? Totally. Okie dokie then. I am going to use this e.l.f. concealer on my lids, and then I'm going to set that with a powder so I can put some eyeshadow on today. I'm going to put just a little bit here. Okay, to set my eyes, I am going to use that Maybelline Fit Me Loose Setting Powder, or Loose Finishing Powder it's called. It's fair, it's 05. I'm just going to take a fluffy blending brush and I'm going to set my eyes. Okay, now I'm going to take that Maybelline setting powder and I'm also going to set some other areas of my face. The bronzer I'm going to be using today is one that I've used before, but I wanted to stick with the whole drugstore theme. This is the Milani Silky Matte Bronzing Powder, and this one is in Sunlight. It's their lightest shade, and that's what that looks like. This is a really pretty bronzer, but it does have the tendency to pull a little bit orange, so you have to be careful when you use it. It has that same kind of butter bronzer smell. I think the butter bronzer smells a little bit better, but this is still trying to like imitate that. The brush that I've really been enjoying for bronzing is the Sonia Kashuk Point Blush Brush, and it looks like this. I just got this recently in one of my recent hauls, and it is super soft. It applies product very nicely, and it didn't cost me a fortune, so if you're looking for good brushes that aren't going to break the bank, try out Sonia Kashuk if you have not already. It's looking patchy. Oh no. Okay, got a little bit of a healthy glow going on. I'm going to get my forehead. I know not every makeup product you use is going to look wonderful and you're going to love it, but man, I'm really disappointed in this base and it's kind of messing with stuff. Okay, so now that I've bronzed up the face, I am going to try a new product to me. This is the e.l.f. Primer Infused Blush, and this one is in the shade Always Rosy. Looks like this. It's just a very pretty kind of rosy nude color, so I'm excited to see how this applies. I don't really know what primer infused means when it comes to blush. It feels very silky. Oh, that is pigmented. Okay, we're gonna tap some of that off because I don't want to look like a crazy clown. I think the blush is really nice. I think my base is jacked. Oh shoot, I wanted to try this highlighter. I did pick up the new e.l.f. Jelly Highlighter. This one is in the shade Bubbly, and it's a really beautiful highlighter. It's kind of amusing because it jiggles. There's no way I'm going to be able to stick it over top my face right now with everything already set and powdered down, but super pretty. Like, that's a nice highlight. But yeah, I'm not risking it with what I've got going on right now because we're already borderline looking like questionable, you know? I picked up the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Precious Petals. This is really pretty, but it's just not one of those blinding highlights, and that's cool. I don't always have to have a blinding highlight. Okay, so I'm going to go in with my trusty Morphe M501 for my highlighter. Oh boy. This is one of those highlighters that's just really like glowy. I am going to drag just a tiny little bit of that down the center of my nose. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to move on to is my eyebrows. Like, it doesn't look bad when you have it all together, but the lines are killing me. Look. I have the Wet n Wild Retractable Brow Pencil. That's this one here. I have not tried this one yet. Another product is the CoverGirl Easy Breezy Brow Micro Define. I have tried this one already, but this one is the shade Honey Brown. We're going to give this Wet n Wild brow pencil a try and see what happens here. Getting kind of wild with it here. It's actually a good color for my hair, I think. This is in the color medium brown. It's 627A. I don't know, I always find these kind of difficult to use. This is not awful though as far as the formula. I think it's applying pretty nicely. I mean, definitely needs a little bit of work. Now, I'm not going to use that to shape up with on the bottom just because I feel like if I try, it's going to look awful. So the only thing I don't like about that Wet n Wild one is you cannot get really precise with it. Oh, I like that. Very defined looking, right? Let me find out that I have a replacement for the Brow Wiz. I'm not complaining. I really like that. It is a little bit dark, I know, but that's just because I have no other color on my eyes. That's the fun part. The palette that I want to use today is the Profusion palette. It's their Chocolates palette. It looks a little busted, and that's because I got it from TJ Maxx. And it was in a bin with a bunch of other palettes that were actually like literally busted up. This one came out in pretty decent shape. I did haul this in one of my latest videos. The shadows are still in good shape, so I do want to use this. Okay, Profusion. I'm just going to swatch a couple of these shimmers so you guys can see them. They are beautiful. I hope they apply like this to my eyelid. Look at those shimmers, would you? I was not expecting that, like, at all. Okay then. Okay, I'm gonna go in with a fluffy blending brush. Okay, so the first shade that I'm gonna go into is kind of like a, I wouldn't say it's mustardy, it's more like a Dijon mustard, kind of yellowy. Let me just point it out to you here. It's this one right here, it's called Likeable, and I'm gonna use that as my transition shade. Let's take that right in the crease. I mean, it's showing up. I see it. I see you, Profusion. Okay, let's put some on the other side here. I mean, this one's blending really nice. I'm not having any trouble with it looking like patchy or anything. It's blending nicely. I'm gonna take this fluffy Morphe M514 brush. I'm gonna dip into the shade Fuse. We're gonna try to work this in the crease without it getting too dark. I mean, the pigment is there, guys. Like, so far I'm not having any issues with it blending. I'm not having any issues with pigmentation. Like, I'm just building up very slowly because I don't want it to be like bam in your face type color. I'm just going for something a little subtle. And I feel like I could make this very like dramatic if I wanted to. So far, I am pretty blown away with this Profusion palette. I really and truly did not expect for it to perform like this. I mean, you can see what I have so far, and I think it looks really nice. I think the colors blended really nicely together. The only colors I've used so far is Likeable and Fuse, and then this color here, which is like a warm brown. That's all I've done so far. I just have to come up with what shimmer I want to use because they're all really pretty. I kind of want to take this really pretty color called Glory. It's this one right here. It is super pretty. Okay, let's see what happens here. Not very pigmented. Not at all, actually. Let's try our finger. Really? As beautiful as this swatched, it's going to start acting like a punk now. I might have no other choice but to wet my brush then. You give me no choice. I usually really don't like doing this, but it's looking lackluster. I mean, it's not awful, it's there. Let me go into this other lighter color first before I go making any drastic moves. Now she's showing up. Pretty. Okay, let's not push it. Oh, it's got sparkles in it. Well, hello. I mean, green and purple sparkles. Too late to turn back now. Alright, so the next thing I have to do is my mascara. This is the NYX Worth the Hype mascara, and it's just like this is a deluxe size version of it. Okay, let's give this a try and hope this is not expired. It has been in here for a while. It definitely does the trick, but I've gotten so used to my Kush mascara from Milk makeup that anything else kind of is a letdown. Let's do a brown eyeliner. I'm gonna go in with this eyeliner. It's from Lock Color. It's like a bronzy shade. It's really pretty. Just to kind of give it a little something. That looks a lot better than this. Yep. Oh, I like that better. Okay, cool. All right, guys, so this is the finished look after I added lipstick. I went in with the shade Foolish from ColourPop. It's just a really pretty color. It's something unique. It's not something I would normally wear, but with this look, I thought it looked nice. And I think that orange and red tones really bring out the green in my eyes, so there we have it. Let's recap, okay? Okay, so starting off with my base makeup. That Pixie Poreless Primer that I used, I don't know if this actually did anything for my skin or not, because the foundation that I went in with over top of that was awful, and it accentuated my pores and my fine lines. The foundation I used, again, was the L'Oreal Infallible Longwear Shaping Stick, and this is a stick foundation. I would definitely not repurchase. If I might even take it back, just because I feel like that's such a waste of money when you buy things like that and you're not going to get any more use out of it. So no go on that foundation stick. I don't care for it at all. The concealers that I used were the e.l.f. Camo Concealer and the Infallible Full Wear Concealer from L'Oreal. The L'Oreal concealer, I feel like it was the wrong tone for my skin tone first and foremost, but above and beyond that, I really don't care for it. I feel like it's kind of heavy, but not in a good way, because it doesn't really cover everything. The e.l.f. concealer is good concealer, but the one that I had was a little bit light for my skin tone, but it's not bad. But again, it still doesn't cover everything, but I like the e.l.f. one better than I like the L'Oreal one. The next product that I used was the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. I do think this is a decent powder. I'm just excited to try it over top of a different base because, again, that foundation was gross. I used the Milani bronzer, which I have used before, and I do like it. I used the e.l.f. Primer Infused Blush, which I think this was actually really pretty. I just, again, wish I would have had it over top of a different base. The highlighter that I used was that Wet n Wild Precious Petals highlighter, and I think it added a nice little glow. It's nothing crazy, but it's something just a little bit glowy, so not too bad. The brows I'm actually pretty impressed with. This Wet n Wild retractable brow pencil is not awful. The formula of it is pretty good, and it matches my brows okay, and it was super simple to put them on, so I will probably keep using this. And then I went in with the CoverGirl Ultra Fine Brow Pencil to fill in like any sparse areas, and that worked well also. So the duo here, I'm living for it. I think that the brows look pretty great, in my own opinion. So then this Profusion palette. I thought the mattes blended really well. You can see with what I did with them on my eyes. I had little problems with blending the mattes. The shimmers you have to be a little careful of. When you go to apply them to your eyes, they're a little dry. They are not very shiny. The color payoff is not there. Once I wet my brush and then went over with a finger, it was a lot more intense. So, and I think the color I used kind of messed me up a little bit too, because I went in with that orange and it wasn't enough to stand out. For my eyeliner, I used that Lock Color eye pencil. This one I actually got in, I think, a Birchbox, so I don't know how much it costs, but I'm pretty sure this is not an expensive brand. For the mascara, I used that NYX Worth the Hype mascara. I think it looks nice. It's nothing like crazy and spectacular, but it looks nice, and it's not that expensive. And is that it? And then the lipstick. The lipstick, again, was from ColourPop. It's in the shade Foolish. ColourPop lipsticks are really nice. You can see how hydrating it looks on my lips. I'm not using a lip liner or anything. I did use a lip brush to apply some of that on the outer exterior so it didn't look all ridiculous. That is the finished look, guys. I would say this is not too bad for drugstore. There are a lot of good drugstore products out there. You know, I'm not a snob when it comes to makeup products. I will use whatever is good. It doesn't matter how much it costs. Alright guys, that wraps up this video of trying on a full face of drugstore makeup. I had so much fun doing this. I really want to do this again soon. I feel like when I do this, I have the opportunity to find some really good products, you know, that I just didn't know existed. So I hope you guys found this review helpful in some sort. Maybe you guys will save some money on some of the things I said were duds, that foundation. Unless you have pristine skin, I don't know how that would work for many people. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate you taking the time to watch my video. If you did like it, give me a thumbs up, leave me some comments down below, let me know what else you'd like to see from me. Let me know what your favorite drugstore products are. Maybe I could give them a try. I'm always on the hunt for good new makeup. Thanks again for hanging out, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Bye.